If you've ever wondered how you can combat negative thinking patterns, this video is for you. Hey there, my name is Ife. Welcome to Are You Happy TV. Here we are humanizing mental health and all of the vast and varying experiences, what it's like to go through any of these challenges that we're talking about, and how do you overcome it? That's what I'm here to talk about. So today we're talking about how to attack negative thought patterns with the truth. And in particular, I want to review a video that I previously put out, which was introducing the process of overcoming negative thought patterns. If you missed that video, click the link over here or wherever it is. This video, we are extrapolating on an exercise that I gave you in the previous video, which includes going through the process of first distancing yourself from the thought pattern. So instead of viewing it as your own and embracing it as your own immediately, the first step that I taught you was to start to distance yourself from accepting the thought as your own, seeing it as something that is not you, something that's outside of yourself, almost like it's a bully that's trying to get into your head and cause you harm. And then the second step was to write out the lie in quotation marks so that it's something that was said. And the third step was to bring up at least three reasons why that thing is a lie. So it's about taking up our choice, taking up our power again to refute these things that are causing us harm in our minds. It's a great video. If you want to review it, click the link and go look at that video. Because in this video, I want to talk to you about 3 types of truth. That's right, 3 different types of truth that you can grab upon when you are refuting the lies that are perpetuating these negative patterns of thinking in your mental health, okay? So these 3 types of truth are going to be very important for you when you start to grab on the fact that now I'm giving you a tool in your toolbox. You can use the truth to refute lies so that these lies can be things that become less and less prevalent in your life, and they will have less and less of a hold over your mental health. There are going to be those things where you know what it is. Like, you struggle with these thoughts because the moment you hear them, the moment they pop up in your head, you're weak to do anything to refute them. And there are those particular thoughts, you know which thoughts you have that are quite triggering to you because they almost immediately turn you into a place of, could be depression, could be anxiety, could be whatever it is. And to be honest with you, if you've lived long enough, you probably know what thoughts those are. But here I'm giving you a tool that you can access when those thoughts come up. Grab onto these 3 different truths that will help you to find more reasons and more ways that you can refute those lies. So the first type of truth is present truth. And that means these are things that are true right now. So if you remember in the previous video, the lie that we're refuting as an example together is the lie, you're going to fail, okay? You're gonna fail. It's a lie that I've heard, I'm sure you've heard it. And one of my reasons that I brought forward, it is present truth, real life today, something that is true. So for that example, you're going to fail. My number 1 reason was my value is not based on my ability to perform, succeed, or acquire financial gain. So my number 1 reason Why I know that you're going to fail, this is a lie from the pit of hell and I want to refute it, is my value is not based on my ability to perform, succeed, or to acquire financial gain. That is presently today true. So let's grab on to things that are presently true so that we can start refuting these lies. Now, truth number two is what I call process-oriented truth. And this is when you describe the process that you're in as something that's contributing to a reason why the lie is a lie. It can also be referred to as in-process truth, which means that this is a statement you're making to say, this is a lie because of something I know to be true that is happening in process. So, for example, you're saying that the lie you're coming against, it's a lie because I am in the process of fill in the blank thing. So, for example, if the lie is, I'll never get out of debt, or I'm always going to be I'm always going to owe somebody something, or I'm never going to be in a place where I'm not experiencing depression. I'm always going to be going through this. One of the ways that we can look at the process-oriented truth is saying, well, for example, we're in the recovery process, or we're in the debt relief process. I'm in the process. I have a plan and I'm working towards it. I'm in the job hunting process. So when these things come up that say things are never going to change, or, trying to make us feel really sorry about ourselves and our present state, it is important for us to pull on the process-oriented truth because it helps us to really get a grounding for it's okay for things to not necessarily be all the way worked out yet because I'm in the process of working it out. Or I've made a plan and I'm walking it out. Or I'm taking my recovery seriously. I'm taking my financial management seriously. I'm taking job hunting seriously. I'm taking this seriously and I'm working diligently towards it. That is a very important, and I would say it's often overlooked when we're talking about our mental health, because it's important for us to be able to grab onto the fact that things might not be the way that we're hoping they'll turn out to be yet, but that doesn't mean that this in-between area of the process isn't still valuable and meaningful and with great purpose. So that's what we want to do. We want to be able to grab on the fact that this in-between stage between where we are and where we want to go, that in-between stage is just as important as where we want to go. It's just as important, if not more important, because that process and that journey, in that journey, we're able to actually discover things about ourselves. We're able to become perseverant people. We are able to become patient, to have compassion for ourselves. And then on the other side of it, we'll have more empathy. So let's see the journey as being just as important, if not more, to say, let us celebrate those wins. Let us get in that mode of celebrating the one foot in front of the other that we're taking towards getting to that destination. Because once we get to the destination, sweetie pie, you're going to have another destination to get to right after that. If my destination is to go down the street, right? And all I can think about is like, wow, how far away it is to just get down the street. Once I get down the street, girl, I'm going to see that there's all these other things that I could be getting to too. It's like, if you've never gone out of the state, you get out of the state and you're like, oh, wow, all this is over here. Like, let me go down there. What's on the other side of the country, And you get to the other side of the country and you're like, what's on the other side of the world, honey? You know what I mean? It's like your world starts to open up. So it's very crucial that we celebrate the process. I think, to be honest with you, I'm just going to say it. I think we should celebrate the process more than we celebrate getting to the destination, because we should be able to celebrate what we're doing here and now. Like, let's celebrate the fact that we're putting one foot in front of the other. Because honestly, I see online this whole in the church, in the body of Christ, we live in a huge prophecy culture right now, and in the United States and often abroad too. But it's like, you can't celebrate the one foot in front of the other. Like, you have to have some magical mystery arrival. Come on. Let's be enjoying our everyday lives and be celebrating and just basking in the glory of God in each day. Because the Bible tells us in Matthew chapter 6, do not worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to worry about itself. Each day is enough trouble of its own. That's what Jesus said. So he understood that we receive grace for one day at a time. So I truly love that in process truth, that process-oriented truth is something we can grab onto, because it is so important for us to see that. Celebrate the step by step that we take to get to the place we want to get to, and let's not overlook it. And then finally, the third type of truth that we can grab onto is called future-oriented truth. Okay? Future-oriented truth. And so this is thinking of it as, if X is true, then Y is also true. So if our process-oriented truth is true, then the future can and probably will look like the favorable outcome we're looking for. Now, I don't think that we should be so specific on I have to have this type of job or I have to have this amount of, I think that's all fine. But I also just think it's important to say, if I am, let's take recovery, for example. If you just come out of the hospital, or say you've gone through a challenging 6 months with your mental health and you're taking your recovery seriously. If you're taking your recovery seriously and you're showing up for yourself, you can say that in the future, I will live a life and I will see my life as purposeful, as meaningful, and I will heal and I will recover. So it's important for us to say, if my process-oriented truth is true, then my future will look like, will probably look like fill in the blanks. So we can say that even if there's an outcome that is not what we're hoping for, we can say in the future, I will do this thing. So let's go back to that example of you're going to fail. You're going to fail. That's what was said. You're going to fail. Number one, which is my number one reason for why that's not true is my value is not based on my ability to perform, succeed, or acquire financial gain. That was what type of truth? Present truth. That is true today. Reason number two, why this is not true. I'm working hard to accomplish what I wish to accomplish in this life. I have a plan and I'm working diligently towards accomplishing that plan. That is an example of process-oriented truth. Good job, boys and girls. And number three reason from that video of why that this statement is a lie is, even if my efforts don't work out the way that I hope I can adjust and I can course correct and I can try something else. Okay? That is an example of future-oriented truth. Good job, guys. So this is what we mean when I say future-oriented truth. Let's look at our process-oriented truth. If I am working towards this plan to pay off my debt, in the future, I'll probably pay it off. Honestly, if I have a plan and I'm executing that plan and I'm working diligently and I'm taking it seriously, the probability of my plan being successful dramatically increases. So there's one thing. Now also we can say, even if it doesn't work out like that, right? Because mic drop, even if it doesn't, okay, I'm still gonna be able to accomplish what I want because I'm just gonna course correct and I'll try something else because I'm not giving up. So we can use this type of truth to encourage ourselves. It's like becoming our own friends. If once you ever felt like you were a friend of yourself, you're becoming your own friend again. Because you know who's our friend? God. Yeah, I said it. God is our friend. And he's given us this strength, this power, this meaning for existing. And there's an enemy. There's an enemy of humanity and an enemy of God. His name is the devil. All right? Satan, you feel me? Wants you to become hindered in your journey. Wants you to stop. Wants you to just sit down. Like, don't accomplish those things. Don't try to help people. Who does that? Who helps people? Let's not allow these lies to keep us hindered, because all they are lies. But you know who has the power to listen to those lies? Who has the power to actually change their behavior so that their behavior aligns with those lies? It's you. So the truth is, the lie, the thought, it doesn't have power because you're the one who has the power. Because you truly, even if you're affected by that lie, you're the one who has the power to act on it or not. You're the one who has the power to act on a lie. So you also have the power to act on the truth. You can believe the truth, and the truth will set you free. So if you're interested in a free gift, which is a very simple template, I love it. I've used it many times with many of my clients. They have really grabbed a hold of this thing, and they have also been able to start the process towards, moving away from the chart and actually just being able to do this in their own mind and even just verbally on their own. So I will send you a free gift of this chart if you'd like to just click the link below and put your email address in, and I'll send it straight to you. If you're interested in becoming a part of the Happy Humans and repping some happy merch, we got great designs that I love, and I'm still, growing them every day. You can click the link and get yourself some Happy Humans merch. And if you'd like to see some more videos about overcoming negative thought patterns, I use my own lived experience to develop these skills, to develop this process, because if you want to be like me and if you want to move away from having to go to therapy, or if you want to move away from, being able to heal so that you can I was able to come off of psychiatric medications. I was able to come out of the clinical system. I was able to become a non-clinical mental health professional. And I've gone on to use my story to help people because God's given me this wisdom that helped me first to get out of it. So I can help you. I want to be able to help you as well to accomplish the things you want to. If you're happy being in the clinical system, you're happy with your therapy, you're happy with your medications, I'm talking to people who aren't happy with it and actually like want to get away from it or want to move on to something else. Being able to be a part of your community, being able to, have friendships where you're sharing things and you're able to have, give and receive support from other people, and allowing that to be the thing that really supports you emotionally. That's something I recommend if you want to get out of that system. The clinical system, that is. Anywhoosie, so I'll talk more about my feelings around it, and we'll talk more about, all things mental health here on Are You Happy TV. If you want to be a part of that journey, subscribe so you never miss an upload, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.